The 1950s and 1960s were a time of great excitement and competition. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a race to space. Both countries wanted to prove their technological superiority. The Soviets took an early lead. They launched the first satellite, Sputnik 1, in 1957. This shocked the world and worried many Americans. The United States was determined to catch up. They formed NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, in 1958. NASA's goal was to develop a space program that would surpass the Soviets. The race to the moon had begun. It was a challenge that would push the limits of human ingenuity. The world watched in awe as rockets soared into the sky. Each launch was a step closer to the unknown. The dream of reaching the moon no longer seemed impossible. It was becoming a reality. The Apollo program was NASA's answer to the challenge. It was a massive undertaking requiring the efforts of thousands of people. The goal was clear: land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth. Years of research and testing went into designing the Apollo spacecraft and the Saturn V rocket. Engineers and technicians worked tirelessly. They faced countless obstacles and setbacks, but they persevered, driven by the magnitude of their mission. Every component, every calculation was critical. The lives of the astronauts depended on their meticulous work. The Apollo program was not just about building rockets and spaceships. It was about pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. It was about daring to dream the impossible and then making it a reality. The world watched and waited, holding its breath. On July 16, 1969, the world held its breath. Apollo 11 launched from Kennedy Space Center. Millions watched on television, their eyes glued to the screen. The roar of the Saturn V rocket shook the ground. It carried Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins on their historic journey. The journey to the moon took 3 days, 3 days of anticipation and wonder. The astronauts performed system checks, communicated with mission control, and prepared for the most crucial phase of their mission, the lunar landing. As they approached their destination, the moon's surface grew larger in their windows. The lunar module, Eagle, separated from the command module. It began its descent. Armstrong took manual control, guiding the Eagle through a field of boulders. Finally, the words that echoed through history: "The Eagle has landed." Neil Armstrong, the mission commander, was known for his calm demeanor and exceptional piloting skills. He would be the first human to set foot on the moon. Buzz Aldrin, the lunar module pilot, was responsible for assisting Armstrong with the landing and conducting experiments on the surface. His quick wit and technical expertise were invaluable to the mission. Michael Collins, the command module pilot, remained in lunar orbit while Armstrong and Aldrin explored the moon. His role was essential as he maintained the spacecraft's systems and ensured their safe return to Earth. Together, these three astronauts represented the best of humanity: courage, intelligence, and a thirst for exploration. They knew that their every move was being watched by millions around the world. They were making history, not for themselves, but for all humankind. Section 5, One Small Step for Man. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong descended the ladder of the lunar module. He stepped onto the surface of the moon, uttering the words that would forever be etched in history: "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." His words were met with cheers and tears of joy around the world. For the first time, humans had walked on another celestial body. Armstrong and Aldrin spent the next 2 hours exploring the lunar surface. They planted the American flag, took photographs, and collected lunar samples. Their footsteps left the first human imprints on the moon. It was a moment that transcended borders and ideologies. It was a moment that united humanity in a shared sense of wonder and achievement. Section 6, Back to Earth, Eyes on the Stars. After 21 hours on the lunar surface, it was time for the astronauts to return home. They bid farewell to the moon, leaving behind a plaque that read, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon. July 1969, AD, we came in peace for all mankind." The Eagle docked with the command module and the crew began their journey back to Earth. On July 24, 1969, the Apollo 11 capsule splashed down in the Pacific Ocean. The astronauts were recovered safely. They returned to Earth as heroes, greeted with ticker tape parades and worldwide acclaim. They had accomplished the impossible and inspired generations to come. Their mission had proven that humanity could achieve anything it set its mind to. The moon was no longer a distant object in the sky. It was a place that humans had explored. Section 7. The Legacy of Apollo. The Apollo 11 mission was a defining moment in human history. It marked the culmination of a decade of scientific and technological advancements. It demonstrated the power of human ingenuity and international cooperation. The mission also had a profound impact on our understanding of the universe. The lunar samples brought back by Apollo 11 provided valuable insights into the moon's formation and composition. The data collected during the mission helped scientists refine their theories about the solar system. But perhaps the most important legacy of Apollo 11 is the inspiration it continues to provide. The image of Earth, a fragile blue sphere hanging in the vastness of space, became a symbol of our planet's beauty and vulnerability. Section 8. Inspiring generations. The Apollo 11 mission ignited the imaginations of people around the world. It sparked a renewed interest in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Countless young people were inspired to pursue careers in these fields, driven by the dream of exploring the cosmos. The mission also fostered a sense of global citizenship. People realized that despite our differences, we are all part of the same human family, sharing the same planet and the same destiny. The spirit of Apollo 11 lives on in the work of scientists, engineers, and astronauts today. It is a reminder that anything is possible if we dare to dream big and work together to achieve our goals. The moon landing was not just an American achievement, it was a human achievement, one that belongs to all of us. Section 9. The future of space exploration. Today, the spirit of exploration continues to drive us forward. We are exploring the solar system with robotic probes and sending astronauts to the International Space Station. We are developing new technologies that will enable us to travel farther into space and perhaps one day establish a human presence on Mars. The lessons learned from Apollo 11, the importance of teamwork, perseverance, and a willingness to push the boundaries of what's possible, will continue to guide us as we reach for the stars. The journey that began with Apollo 11 is far from over. It is a journey that will continue to inspire and challenge us for generations to come. As we look back on that historic mission, let us remember the words of Neil Armstrong. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Let us continue to take those leaps together as we explore the cosmos and unravel the mysteries of the universe.